Howdy, Swan Marion, the Bookworm Cowboy here. Here to read some more of Michael Crichton's timeline. Halfway to Gallup, the old guy woke up. He coughed and said, "Are we there? Are we where?" "How you feeling?" Leo said. "Really? I'm really fine, just fine." "What's your name?" Leah said. The man blinked at her. "The quantum phone made me roam." "What's your name?" The man said. "Name, same, blame, game." Baker said, "He's rhyming everything." She said, "I know this, Dan." "I saw a TV show on this," Baker said. "Rhyming means he's schizophrenic." "Rhyming is timing," the old man said, and then he began to sing loudly, almost shouting to the tune of an old John Denver. To the tune of Simon Zalatis. "Quantum fold made me roam to the place I belong." Wait. Make that John Denver song. "Quantum fold makes me roam to the place I belong. Old Black Rocky Country Byway. Quantum phone, it's on Rome." "Oh boy," Baker said. "Sir," they said again, "can you tell me your name?" "I obey him, make us a proper brain. Very singularity, don't pervert parodies." Baker sighed. "Honey, this guy's nuts. A nut by any other name would smell like feet." His wife wouldn't give up. "Sir, you know your name?" "Call me Gordon." "Call Gordon," the man said, shouting now. "Call Gordon! Call Stanley! Keep in the family!" "But sir, Leo," Baker said, "leave him alone. Let him settle down, okay? We still have a long drive." Bellowing, the old man sang. Bellowing, the old man sang, "To the place I belong. Old black magic, it's so tragic. Country foam, make me groan." And immediately he started to sing it again. "To the place I belong. Oh, black magic, it's so tragic. Country foam makes me groan." "How much farther?" this said. "Don't ask." He telephoned again, so when he pulled the Mercedes under the red-hot, cream-colored portico of the McKinley Hospital Trauma Unit, the orderlies were waiting there with a gurney. The old man remained passive as they eased him onto the gurney, but as soon as they began to strap him down, he became agitated, shouted, "Unhand me! Unhand me!" "It's for your own safety, sir." And one orderly said, "Say what you say. So you say, out of my way. Safety is the last refuge of a scoundrel." Baker was impressed by the way the orderlies handled this guy, gently but still firmly strapping him down. He was equally impressed by the petite, dark-haired woman in a white coat who was fell into step with them. "I'm Beverly Sosi," she said, shaking hands with him. "I'm the physician on call." She said she was very calm, even though the man on the gurney continued to yell as they wheeled him into the trauma unit. "Quantiphone, extra roll!" Everybody in the waiting room was looking at him. Baker saw a young kid of 10 or 11 in his arm in a sling sitting in a chair with his mother, watching the old man curiously. The kid whispered something to his mother. The old guy sang, "To the place I belong!" Dr. Sosi said, "How long has he been this way?" "From the beginning, ever since we picked him up." "Except when he was sleeping," they said. "Was he ever unconscious?" "No." "Any nausea, vomiting?" "No." "You found him where?" "Out past Corazon Canyon." "About 5 or 10 miles beyond." "Not much out there. You know it?" Baker said, "I grew up around there." She smiled again. "Chinle." They wheeled the old man, still shouting, through a swinging door. Dr. Sosi said, "If you'll wait here, I'll go back to you as soon as I know something. It'll be a while. May want to go get lunch." Beverly Sosi had a staff position at University Hospital in Albuquerque, but lately she'd been coming to Gallup 2 days a week to be with her elderly grandmother, and on those days she worked a shift in the McKinley Trauma Unit to make extra money. She liked McKinley, with its modern exterior painted in bold red and cream stripes. The hospital was really dedicated to the community, and she liked Gallup, a smaller town than Albuquerque, and a place where she felt more comfortable with a tribal background. Most days, the trauma unit was pretty quiet. So the arrival of this old man, agitated, shouting, was causing quite a lot of commotion. She pushed through the curtains into the cubicle where the orderlies had already stripped off the brown felt robes and moved his Nikes. But the old man was still struggling and fighting them. And so they had to leave him strapped down. They were cutting his jeans and the plaid shirt anyway. Nancy Hood, the senior unit nurse, said it didn't matter because his shirt had a big defect anyway. Across the pocket there ran a jagged line where the patterns didn't match. He only torn it and sewed it back together. Yes, we pretty lousy job too. "No," said one of the orderlies, holding up the shirt. "It's never been sewn together. It's all one piece of cloth. The patterns don't line up so because one side is bigger than the other." "Whatever, he won't miss it," Nancy Hood said, and tossed it on the floor. She turned to Sosi. "You want to try and examine him?" The man was far too wild. "Not yet. Let's get him the IV in each arm. We'll go through his pockets, see if he's got any identification at all. If he doesn't take his fingerprints and fax them to DC, maybe it'll show up on our database there." 20 minutes later, Beverly Sosi was examining a kid who had broken his arm sliding into third. He was a bespectacled, nerdy-looking kid, and he almost seemed proud of his sports injury. Nancy Hood came over and said, "We searched John Doe. And sorry. Nothing helpful. No wallet, no credit cards, no keys. The only thing he had on him was this." She gave Beverly a full piece of paper. It looked like a computer printout. It showed an odd pattern of dots in a grid-like pattern. At the bottom was written Monster Lair. Monster Lair? What does that mean to you? Who shook her head? You asked me, he's psychotic. Really, so she said, I feel like trying to read him and trying to know what's going on in his head. They get a skull film. His skull films to rule out trauma and hematoma. Radiology's been remodeled, remember, Bev? X-rays will take forever. Why don't you do an MRI? Scan total body, you'll have it all. Order it, so she said. Nancy returned to leave. Oh, and surprise, surprise, Jimmy's here from the police. Dan Baker was restless. Just as he predicted, they'd had to spend hours sitting around the waiting room of McKinley Hospital. After they got lunch, burritos and red chili sauce, they had come back to see a policeman in the parking lot, looking over their car, running his hand along the side door panel. Just seeing him with Baker gave Baker a chill. He thought of going over to the cop, but decided not to. Instead, they returned to the waiting room. He called his daughter and said they'd be late. In fact, they might not ever even get to Phoenix until tomorrow. And they waited. Finally, around 4 o'clock, when Baker went to the desk and inquired about the old man, the woman said, "Are you a relative?" "No, but..." "Then please wait over there. Doctor will be with you shortly."
Why should I care?
He went back and sat down, sighing. He got up again, walked over to the window, and looked at his car. The cop had gone, but now there was a fluttering tag under the windshield wiper. Baker drummed his fingers on the windshield. These little towns, get in trouble, anything could happen. And the longer he waited, the more his mind spun scenarios. The old guy was in a coma. They couldn't leave town until he woke up. The old guy died. They were charged with manslaughter. They weren't charged, but they had to appear at the inquest in 4 days. Somebody finally came to talk to them. It wasn't the petite doctor, it was a cop. He was a young policeman in his 20s, in a neatly pressed uniform. He had long hair, and his name tag was James Walneka. Baker wondered what kind of name was that. Hopi or Navajo, probably. "Mr. and Mrs. Baker?" Walneka was very polite. He introduced himself. "I've just been with the doctor. She's finished with her examination, and the MRI results are back. There's absolutely no evidence he was struck by a car, and I looked at that car as your car myself. No sign of impact. I think you may have hit a pothole and just thought you hit him. Road's pretty bad out there." Baker glared at his wife, who refused to meet his eyes. "Is he going to be alright?" "Looks like it, yes." "Then can we go?" Baker said. "Honey," they said, "don't you want to give him that thing you found?" "Oh, yes." Baker brought out the little ceramic square. "I found this." Near where he was. The cop turned the ceramic over in his hands. "ITC," he said, reading the stamp on the side. "Where exactly did you find this?" "About 30 yards from the road. I thought he might have been in the car when that went off the road. So I checked, but there was no car." "Anything else?" "No, that's all." "Well, thanks." Walneka said, slipping the ceramic in his pocket, and then he paused. "Oh, I almost forgot." He took a piece of paper out of his pocket and folded it carefully. He found it in his clothing and wondered if he had ever seen it. And here's what this book has illustrations. This is what looks like, maybe a map. Baker glanced at the paper, a bunch of dots arranged in grids. "No," he said. "I've never seen it before." "You didn't give it to him?" "No." "Any idea what it might be?" No, Baker said. Not at all. Well, I think I do. You do? The cop said. Yes, his wife said. Do you mind And she took the paper from the policeman. Baker sighed. Now Liz was being the architect, squinting at the paper judiciously, turning it this way and that, looking at the dots upside down and sideways. Baker knew why. She was trying to distract attention from the fact that she had been wrong, that his car had hit a pull hole. After all, and that they had wasted the whole day here. She was trying to justify a waste of time to give it some importance. Yes, she finally said. I know what it is. It's a church. Baker looked at the dots on the paper. He said, that's a church? Well, the floor plan for one, she said. See, here's the long axis of the cross, the nave. See, it's definitely a church. Then, and the rest of this image, it's squares within squares, all rectilinear. It looks like, this might be a monastery. The cop said, a monastery? I think so, she said. And what about the label at the bottom? Monster. Isn't Mon an abbreviation for monastery? I bet it is. I'm telling you, I bet this is the monastery. He handed the picture back to the cop. Pointedly, Baker looked at his watch. We really should be going. Of course, Waneka said, taking the heel. Shook your hands with them. Thanks for all your help. Sorry for the delay. Have a pleasant trip. Baker put his arm firmly around his wife's waist and led her out into the afternoon sunlight. It was cooler now. Hot air balloons were rising to the east. Gallup was a center for hot air ballooning. He went to the car. The fluttering tag on the windshield was for a sale of turquoise jewelry at a local store. He pulled it from the wiper, crumpled it, and got behind the wheel. His wife was sitting with her arms crossed over her chest, staring forward. He started the engine. She said, "Okay, I'm sorry." Her tone was, "Okay, I'm sorry." Her tone was grumpy, but Baker knew it was all he would get. He leaned over, kissed her cheek, and said, "No," he said, "you did the right thing. You saved the old guy's life." His wife smiled. He drove out of the parking lot and headed for the highway. And with that, we take a break.